Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to my LinkedIn Hacks newsletter. This is the first live recording, and every 2 weeks, I will be recording a live video where we dive right in to see some posts, review them, and look at what's working or not and what's not. So you can share the insights from my hundreds of customers and members of the LinkedIn Breakfast Club community, and also my own posts. So you can find it, because as we all know, the LinkedIn algorithm changes all the time, and it can be so difficult to keep up to date with what's working, even for myself. So that's what we're going to help you do. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and you will get this newsletter delivered to your inbox every 2 weeks. So let's dive in, and do read the text, because I'll also be giving some handy tips and hints every single fortnight. Excuse me, because I'm loaded with a cold, which is disgusting in the summer, but hey ho. So hopefully I can manage to make it through the video without coughing or sneezing. So the first person's post I'm going to do is a lovely lady, Victoria Sedgwick, who provides mental health first aid courses, and also first aid courses for construction and other sectors. And this is a post. It is so first of all, the headline: 1 in 6 people report experiencing common health problems. So numbers work really great as a headline. And it's also a slideshow post. So let's run through it. So how many pages has it got? It's a carousel slideshow. People call it different things. But so it's got some great facts, very simple, but it's got multiple pages. And typically for carousel posts, you want to, on the first page, not say too much, because you want people to click through to the end. So again, how common are mental health problems? So again, it's quite a topical conversation point, which again, the key thing to get an engaging post is obviously get something that people want to engage on. Think of a post as a conversation. You put your conversation out there, you want people to reply. If you don't ask a question, for example, if you don't make it something that people are going to jump in and respond to, just like a normal human conversation, they're probably not going to engage. And engagement, specifically comments, is really what helps pushes your posts from the LinkedIn algorithm point of view. Likes are great, but comments are really what makes the difference. And what I love about this post is at the end, it's kind of got a call to action as well. So if you are looking to sell stuff, it's not too salesy, but it's got a little bit about the post. And in terms of the post itself, I'll just jump in. So yeah, it's not too much text. And I think for me personally, as a dyslexic person who's very visual, I really don't like a lot of text, but it's out the personal thing. It's got a couple of hashtags. Now, hashtags are important. So leadership and culture, for example, they've got quite a big following. Futurism as well has got quite good following. So really, the reason why this post, the reason why we're talking about it, is it got 75,000 plus impressions. Impressions or views are the same kind of thing, but really it is talking about the amount of times it's been seen in the feed. Sadly, not the time that people have clicked on it, but obviously there is a correlation. If you can get a higher number of impressions, views, it means that more people are seeing the post in the feed. And I mean, Victoria, a couple of things that are interesting is Victoria's not got a lot of followers. I know she's growing this, but also the engagement, 30 comments. So yes, it's great. But one thing that is, you will notice that makes a difference is shares. So if you can create amazing content that people want to share, sharing can really make the difference. So that's one post. The second post I'm going to talk about is from Corinne Thomas, who does an amazing service for ethical sales for companies. So again, let's see what kind of post this is. This is it's a PDF document, and this is only one page, so quite interesting. So again, I recently did a talk and I said, if you want to put a picture, PDF it, but LinkedIn changes all the time. So the first post was a multi-page carousel post, as I would call it. This is just a one-page PDF. So again, it's probably done on PowerPoint and just uploaded as a PDF. And this has got 34,350 views. So again, something that's pretty good. I'm just going to go to my browser and we'll look at this. So Corinne, let's move this bar. So again, one of the great things I love about Corinne is she's doing something quite different. It's so easy to blend in and copy what everybody else has done, but the key thing to getting success quickly on LinkedIn, I believe, is really differentiate yourself from the rest. And Corinne's got a great short headline, which really explains what she does. And she's got a niche, which again helps niche down. So again, not too many not too much text, but we've got 5 headlines here. And again, sales and startups is 2 great hashtags to use. And also, we haven't tagged in that many companies, but let's look at this. So again, this has got 26 comments, so it's not got zillions, and it's got engagement. And the key thing is getting those comments. And really, this is talking about something, you know, that a lot of people can engage in. It's got a question and a question at the headline. So questions at the headline, really, again, you're asking people to respond. So this is a great way that people are going to read this. And dwell time, you may have heard people talking about, but is the amount of time that people spend looking at your post. And again, I think this post really gives people something to think about. So people probably spend a little bit more time in it. And what that does, if you can get engagement the first couple of hours, LinkedIn is going to think this is an interesting post, and it's going to show it to more people. And hence why Corinne got 34,000 views. So now we're going to talk about a post from Amos. And this post talks about well, actually, it kind of breaks the typical rules you would see. And this is one of the things that I love about LinkedIn, even though I say there's specific things and tips you can follow to try and get the best results. LinkedIn changes all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I love having my LinkedIn community. It's a great way to find out from other people as well what's working and what's not. And for those who don't know, I am, as well as actually running a LinkedIn community, which is LinkedIn Breakfast Club. It's a membership club, and it's full of thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and amazing clients. And everybody I've shown you today happens to be members. And really, you can really understand quickly from other people what's working and what's not. And of course, I've also got clients of my own. So between the community, myself, and my customers, quite quickly, I can get a handle on what's working and what's not, but it really does change all the time. And again, what's different about this one is it's actually got an external link to it. And traditionally, people will say, don't put an external link, so a link to a website in a post. But I have noticed a trend that says otherwise. So as of recently, I have been putting more and more links, so it links to websites in posts, and I've been finding they've been getting amazing results. Now I'm on my PC, so it doesn't show the results, but this post got 84,000 views, and it's 1 week ago. And you will see a common denominator with Victoria's one. This one has got 21 shares. So sharing posts is a key factor that we can say in terms of getting more traction, because typically this hasn't maybe doesn't follow the traditional format that I would tell people, like put a clear headline, hashtags, but it's quite controversial. There's a clear evidence that strategic plans don't work. And there's so many people on LinkedIn which probably are pushing their strategic plans, have got an opinion on that. But it's quite a controversial and very interesting post, lack of enthusiasm long term. And again, the dwell time for people looking at this and also clicking it would be really high. So it's a great post. It's topical, it's interesting, it's engaging, and it's got those shares. And again, Amos, I don't know how many connections he's got, but the post is done amazingly well because it's got shares. So that's really 3 posts that we talked about today that have all got great views. We're talking about carousel posts, posts out to external websites, which interesting content that people are going to want to share. Again, using hashtags, numbers in the headline. And again, has this one got numbers in the headline? It hasn't, but it's quite controversial, and we all know LinkedIn loves a bit of controversy. The good thing about this, it's still business controversy. Is not really going to deep depths to try and get out of the way just to get views. So now let's just jump on to the next and last post I'm going to talk about. Now, the last post I want to talk about is a company page post, and it's from my own company page branding agency. Now, company pages have been going through quite a bit of transformation recently, and I think LinkedIn are still doing some work, which I think is very exciting because, I mean, they've also, you can actually get new leads, which I haven't got in the last 3 days. I just set this up, but you can see the analytics are far better for company pages, which is kind of annoying because LinkedIn have got the data for personal posts, but they don't give you them. But I want to talk about a post or a couple of posts. Typically once a week at least, I will do a company page post, sometimes more. And this is a post from 2 days ago. And it's not got loads of engagement because, again, typically I find people do want to engage more on personal posts. But you know, there's lots of ways. So this is for a new property and construction group I've set up. And again, if you look at view analytics, so again, it's got minimum engagement, but it's got 1,800 views, which again is nothing compared to the 70,000, 80,000. But the great thing about company page posts is if people then want to actually do anything, it's so much easier for them to click to go to your website. And again, I'm viewing this as an admin, but if I view it as a member. On the company page posts, you can just basically go to click more, and it takes you directly through to your website, which is one of my websites. Stop sharing. Let's go back. So yes, so company page posts, I would really, I mean, I think LinkedIn are going to be doing more and more with these. And this is actually a GIF I created in Canva. So again, it's quite eye-catchy, but 1,800 impressions, if you can get that every week on your company page, it's really going to help organically grow your followers. Let's just stop sharing. Can I share? My code's starting to click in now. I think I need to go and get a lens set. But company page posts, I think if you have, I think where the challenge is if your name is the same as your business name. So if it's only you and your company, it's quite challenging to do both. If your business name is different, I would advise you to do at least one company page post per week. And that's really going to help drive traffic to your website. So the key takeaways from the newsletter of this week are sharing is caring. That's the key thing. If you can create content that people want to share, that's really going to make a difference. So how do you create content that people are going to want to share? It's got to be topical. It's got to be interesting. You've got to ask a question. And, you know, ask people to share it. Ask and you shall receive. So that's it from this week, guys. Hopefully I'll be back on form next in 2 weeks' time. So it's every 2 weeks this newsletter is going to be out. And again, I'll be diving into some live posts and I'm giving some additional tips and hints. And if you've not subscribed, again, please make sure you subscribe so you get this automatically. And if you've got any questions or anything specifically you'd like to ask me or for me to cover, please drop me a note in the comments. And I can certainly try and cover that in my next one. So thanks for watching. I'm off to have a limb sip now. And hopefully I can get rid of this cold because I'm going to see ABBA tonight. Take care, everybody. Bye.